One of the most important resources in Dune Awakening is no, not spice, even though, yes, that's also very important and very rare. It is water. And when you were starting out the game is very quick to tell you, hey, you have to survive, you need water, and you have to let that water just flowing so that you can stay alive. But what the game is not telling you is how later on the whole water resource will shift from keeping you alive to actually run your whole industry. And believe me, you need a lot of water. So a lot of people are wondering, of course, well, what can I do about it? What do I have to look out for? Which resources and which research will actually help me with that? And that's what this video is about. So let's talk about it. As I said at the beginning, you are mostly focusing on yourself to stay alive, and the game is explaining to you on how to do that. But the problem is, the moment you are getting into the tier 2 territory, which is the iron territory, you will realize that for every iron ingot, you now need 25 milliliter of water. And if you're going down the list, you can see here that the water is going more up and up. And the moment you are hitting aluminum, you need 200 milliliter of water for every bar you are creating. So the question here is, of course, what do you do? Because yes, this is not really too hard, getting the medium blood purifier and getting the medium blood packs going and all that. That's pretty much a duh moment, and the game is even telling you to do this. So you cannot really miss out on this, and the improved blood purifier is your first step into that direction. But let's be honest here, that's not enough. That's not even remotely enough to get your water production going. So the question is, what can you do? And this is all tips for the medium or the mid game, not the medium game, lol, the mid game, but it basically continues to go on like this till the end game. So everything I'm telling you, you can start to do when you're reaching mid game about steel slash aluminium, and then you will just upgrade all those things up till the end game. So nothing really changes there. So the big question is, what should you research? So the first thing you should definitely research is actually very early on with copper products. Yes, you should get the Literajon. I never know how to pronounce that. And more importantly, the water cistern. So what you want to do is you want to get the water cistern, and you want to produce quite a bit of those little water bags and put them into your base. Keep in mind, they are all connected. The water resources are all connected, so you don't really have to fear that they are too far apart or that they cannot support a machine, right? They are all connected. They are all in the same circle. But you want to put down quite a bit of those cisterns because you need them. Like, seriously, they are such a big help to basically get water stored, because the problem is that you do not really have a consistent need of water. There will be quite a bit of breaks where you are going out for farming resources and doing other things on Arrakis. And so in the meantime, when you are producing water, at some point you will waste it, because the blood purifier has only a limited amount of water it can store, and so it will, well, you will not waste it, but it will not continue to produce more water, and that's not what you want. So research this and build quite a few of those. The good news is they're not really that expensive. They only cost 25 copper. Now, the next question is, of course, when you were getting into the steel products, wait a minute, Mole, but what is with the medium water cistern? Should I get that immediately? No. So the reason for that is the difference in resources. You can have as many water cisterns in your base as you want, right? There's no real limit to that. And they only cost 25 coppers. When you're looking now at the medium water cistern, you immediately realize you need 60 steel ingots and 30 silicon blocks. If you don't have that, because, well, you are still kind of starting out in the steel area and you just need the steel for so many other things, just build some small water cisterns. They can carry 5,000 water. One big one can carry 25. So just building 5 of those will make up for one medium water cistern. And again, it's just copper. And you will probably have so much copper that it doesn't really matter. So wait till you have the resources. I started to put those more medium water cisterns now over my base because I'm pretty much done with steel and I don't really know what to do with it anyways. And so this wasn't really a big deal for me. So I upgraded later. But again, this is what you want to do first. Now, the next thing is, of course, hey, wait a second, but what's with the wind trap? Is that worth it? Because damn, you need a lot of resources for this, and you need a lot of electricity for this. So you also have to make sure that you have enough electricity, which is another thing you probably have to pre-produce before you are getting there, right? So the question is, does it make sense? Is that something you want? And the answer is depends. So, depending on how much time you can put into the game. Let's say you are somebody who can play every day for a few hours, you will probably get enough water through other means that you don't necessarily need the wind trap at the beginning. When you later on have enough resources, then you can build a wind trap. But before that, you don't need this. If you are somebody who has other things to do in life, real life, working, family, friends, yada yada, or wants to play other games, and you are not that often in the game, get the wind trap early. The wind trap is amazing. I have two wind traps, and I was running with one wind trap for a very long time. And every time I was locking out in the evening, I was going to sleep, and then I was going to work. And when I came back from work, my whole water resources were completely filled up. And that's how amazing the wind trap is. It's not really there to help you out in a pinch. It's basically a passive income of water you just want to have. And this is why I believe that investing the resources early on, if you are not often online in the game, is a wise thing to do, right? There's one thing I have to mention here that's very important. Keep in mind the wind traps do need further resources after you have built them, right? You have to create the filters, and you're starting out with a makeshift filter, and then you can later on go to the standard and the particulate filter, of course. But keep in mind that means you have to create like 5 filters to run them for 17 hours, and that costs you resources, right? So keep that in mind. It's not a lot, it's not a big deal, but something you want to keep an eye out, right? Another thing which you definitely want to get, and yes, I know I'm missing this right now, the Fremen Death Still. This is something you want to get. You have to do the 5th trial to get this, and then you can basically drag a body home and get some water out of it, like a lot of water. So you definitely want to unlock that. Also, I haven't yet, because I'm a dingus here in this playthrough, and yeah, but I can tell you it's a good thing you want. But what you really want is when you're reaching aluminum. When you're reaching aluminum, what you want to unlock is the industrial dew scythe and the next upgrade of the Literajon. Lideron, yeah, you know what I mean. Get the industrial dew scythe. That thing is amazing. Yes, I know it costs a lot of resources, but what it allows you to do is you can literally go outside at night, jump into a dew field, right? Unfortunately, it's not night right now, so I cannot really showcase that. But you can just jump in, you click a button once or twice, and not only have you harvested the whole dew field, also all your water canisters are full immediately. And then you can just dump that into your water network. And this is how you can quickly fill up your water resources. Like this thing has completely changed the way on how I can get water resources very quickly. So, yes, I know it is expensive, but that's something you really want to get. it will change the way on how you are producing water. So get it. But those are the quick tips I can give you. Then, of course, yes, there's also the next blood extractor and large blood sac and all that, right? It's like at this point, when you have unlocked the things, it's just upgrade paths, right? You are just following the upgrade path, and that's basically it from here on out. But that should help with most of your resources. But the biggest tip I can really give you, and I mentioned this before, is make sure that you have enough cisterns in your base where you can actually store the water, because there will be an ebb and flow of water in your base where you will produce a lot of water, but you don't need a lot of water. And then, of course, vice versa, right? So please keep that in mind. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider to leave a like. And also, if you still have some questions, let me know down below in the comments. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more Dune videos, which we already have quite a bit of on the channel, you definitely want to make sure to subscribe for more content. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye-bye.